Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Getting Animated. I'm your host Destiny, so let's get started. Happy Thursday, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great and safe week. I just wanted to start off by saying I might not have the podcast up next week just because I do live in Florida and there's a giant hurricane coming towards us. So things have been really crazy this week. Everyone's, losing their minds a little bit, trying to get last minute supplies. There's no water, no gas here. We're in a huge shortage. So if everything is safe and I'm not too overwhelmed with everything that's going on, the damage isn't that bad and things like that, I'll definitely be coming to you next week. Until then, please bear with me. Check all my social media to see any news about that at Destiny Senpai and at Getting Animated. So keep that in mind. This week, though, I have a really fun podcast episode with a couple of guests. I have Javon, my boyfriend, who I brought on about 2 episodes back. And then we have KEANU, who he's actually a really close friend of mine, or both of ours, Javon and me. And he's a big anime fan. He's actually the one person I go to about a lot of anime recommendations and things like that. So we're going to be talking about Naruto and Boruto. So I'm really excited to go and talk to you guys about that. So let's jump straight into the anime news this week. So a Naruto theme song compilation album titled Naruto's Final Best will be going on sale in Japan on December 13th. The album will have 11 tracks and 6 of them will be songs from Naruto Shippuden that had never been released on any albums before, while the remaining 5 will be decided by fan vote. So that's really cool. You get to decide what's your favorite Naruto theme songs. I know I have a couple, so I will be posting them on my Instagram and stuff, so be on the lookout for that. I'm not 100% sure on where you can go and vote, so if you just type it in Crunchyroll or Anime News Network, I'm pretty sure there's a link somewhere where you can pick. Next on the list, Atlas teases a new Catherine game. If you don't know the company Atlas, just think Persona 5. They created the Persona 5 game and Catherine. And Catherine is a really cool puzzle game. And it has a lot of anime style tropes to it. It's just a really good game. But they did a live stream interview earlier this week, and Trisha, the Midnight Venus character in the Atlas game, was the one who was kind of hosting it. And she ended up kind of hinting that there were going to be a new game coming out. She did mention, she was like, oh, what about me? Isn't it my turn? And then she would say things like she's excited for her next job, quote unquote. So look out for that if you haven't played Catherine. It's a really fun game, and it's on PS3, so that's even more fun. So I think my boyfriend Javon actually just bought Catherine and he wanted to replay it. So I think you guys should try it out. Look into it. You might like it a lot. Next, NHK plans a new Pengu anime. Now, if some of you guys don't know, but penguins are my favorite animal. So the fact that there's an anime about my favorite animal coming out, I'm really excited. It's going to be 2 7-minute Pengu in the City shorts running weekly starting October 7th. So look into it. Pengu is a really cute penguin, and I'm really excited about this. So if you like penguins, check it out. Also, what's coming up later in, I think, January 2018, a Yuri TV anime will be coming out called Citrus. Now, Citrus is a manga series that I ended up finding in Barnes & Noble's about, I think, 2 or 4 months ago. And I'm not really into Yuri, but I looked it up and I picked it up because it was drawn beautifully, and I ended up liking the characters a lot. It was really well developed, so I'm kind of excited that this one is turning into an anime. If you're not interested in Yuri, then I still think you should try this one out because it is really sweet and the story is nice. But if you are into Yuri, then hey, this is something for you. It'll be coming out January 2018. It's a premiere. The main characters, however, their voices were shown in. So be on the lookout for that. And then last but not least, the live action Full Metal Alchemist cast did a visual earlier this week, and it looks amazing. The person who's playing Lust, I can't wait to watch it just for her. Like, she looks amazing. The cast looks amazing, and I'm not really big into live action, as we all know, but I'll definitely give this one a try because Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is probably one of my favorite anime of all time. So I'll be on the lookout for that. That's it for anime news this week. So let's just take a break. So this week on Topic Time, I wanted to talk about Naruto and Boruto. And like I said earlier, Javon and Keanu will be joining me. They were supposed to do their own introductions, but somehow, somewhere, the audio got lost. So I'm just going to go ahead and introduce them anyway. And it's going to start right into me asking the questions. So I do apologize that you won't get to know more about them, but Keanu is a really close friend of me and Javon's, and he is an anime enthusiast. And then you have my boyfriend, who is a Hypebeast fan, if you go back to episode 3, I think. But he's also really into anime, and Naruto is something that we've all grown up with watching and experiencing and just living. We've all been actually watching Boruto together and keeping up and talking to each other practically almost every week it comes out about the new episode. So until further ado, let's get started.
You are now tuned into.
So this week on Topic Time, I wanted to go ahead and do a Boruto episode because we just went over a crazy Sarada arc, and I'm really excited just about the story and about the characters. So I decided to bring Javon, my boyfriend, and our friend Keanu, who's an anime enthusiast like me, to go ahead and talk about it and discuss and bring lots of fun to the podcast this week. However, they were supposed to introduce themselves, but somehow the audio got misconstrued and lost somewhere. So they won't be able to do their introductions, but we'll be jumping in right into the questions. So thank you so much, Javon and Keanu, for coming in and, giving me the greatest opinions ever. And I had a lot of fun with this podcast. So I hope you guys enjoy. Bye.
You are now tuned into.
Okay, so who's your favorite character in Boruto so far? Javon, you can go first.
Alright, so my favorite character is Sarada. So far, everybody that we've been introduced in the show so far, I think she's had the most. I think she's had the dopest character development, just especially as of recently, because the show, as soon as the show shift directions as far as making her like the main, I don't know, I don't care about Boruto, bro. Like, and I'm mad that I don't care about him as much because he would be my second favorite. But I'm more excited to see what she does in the future, and that's what's gonna keep me coming back to the show more than anything. So my favorite character right now is Sarada, man. I like the character development they got going on for her, and I think she's gonna be the GOAT. I think she's gonna be even higher than everybody knows she wants to be Hokage, but I feel like she's gonna get higher than that point.
What do you think,
go even
Yana?
further.
Who's your
my favorite character right now? I mean, Sarah's probably my all-time favorite character, but my favorite character right now would have to be Shikadai. I want to say, I don't know. Every time he appear on the show, I don't know. I just like it. He appear, I'll just be happy. Like, yo, my dog about to come through and say something like smart, but then he can be like, bro, why you doing this? But whatever, I'm gonna do it with you anyway.
Yeah, he's not like his dad who would just leave you to die or something. Like,
yeah.
His dad will just be like, okay.
His dad wouldn't leave you to die.
Okay, he wouldn't leave you to die, but Shikamaru doesn't care enough to be like, okay, let me put up all this effort. Like, his whole character is literally about not giving as much effort as possible.
Shikamaru's like, if I don't have to do it,
I'm not gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way.
But Shikadai, like, I don't want to do it, but you my dog, so I'll do it with you.
Yeah, he has that sensible,
I feel like Shikamaru was the same way, to be honest with you.
But it's like,
especially when it came to Choji, because Because I feel like he didn't even want to rock with them to begin with. But they're the squad.
But he was so,
You know
like, adamant about not doing it. Like, he would
Yeah,
rather
that's true.
be doing something else that didn't require as much energy as to hang out with his friends or do whatever. And that was the biggest thing. If you don't remember, that was the biggest thing between him and Choji. They would always be at the rooftop just eating and laying around, not doing anything. Like, that was, like, a huge, like, time that they spent together just laying around, not doing anything. So I think that's the difference between the two of them. He's a lot more energetic, and I think that's where he gets it from Tamari. I think that's where he gets it from. Like, his... Like, I'll do it. I don't wanna.
Tamari's
like,
really outgoing.
Yeah, Tamari has that. Like,
Yeah,
she has that personality that really just. And even when they were like first dating, it was like she was still that character that was outgoing, but they tried to make her like kind of shy, but she was still outgoing. Like, she would just be like, nah. And like even now, like as a mom, she like beats the mess out of them if they act up or something. Like both of them, like she'll smack both of them around. So I think that's a lot to do with the character. Yeah. But I think my favorite character so far is probably Sadara as well. I think they did a very good job with her story arc right now. I think because the first episodes, she was shy. We were like, to be honest with you, I thought the way that they were going to paint her was just going to be kind of like Sakura. Like, she was just there to be there, to fall in love with Boruto. You know what I mean? Like, I thought she was just going to be that female character that they needed. And now, after watching the episodes and this whole story arc where she tried to find out who she was as a person, I feel like she has a lot of potential to do a lot of amazing things. And I feel like she's going to surpass being Hokage. I like her closeness with Naruto in particular.
It's lit.
It's like...
That's why, and I think, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think that right there is going to be a major part of the reason why she transcends just making it to the point of being a Hokage. Because she's already so close to him. So... Yeah, I feel like she's going to learn very early what it takes and what it means to be Hokage.
Yeah, like...
Right? So that's going to be down packed at some point. But then it's like, that's not the end of the road. It's like, what else? Like, I don't know, man. I just think
just explaining, like, bonds come from more than one place and all different types of shapes. Just the bond that she has with Naruto. Like, Naruto put her hand... He was like, don't worry, your dad loves you, type of crap. That's what's going to push her to be the best Hokage, and I feel like she's gonna surpass Tsunade. She's obviously gonna surpass her mom. No shade to Sakura. Who's your least favorite character?
That's easy.
You can go first.
Don't
Keanu.
do that.
Oh, my least favorite character.
Don't do that.
Is 100% Chocho.
Don't do that.
Literally,
No!
I mean, since we're doing Boruto only,
right now we're doing Boruto.
It would have been Sakura, but it's
terrible.
Chocho.
That's terrible.
Why is it Chocho?
Chocho, literally her jokes aren't funny.
That's crazy. That's
literally like,
I'm gonna just be honest. That's messed up.
Everything she do to me, the irrelevance is so bad with her. I can't even. Sometimes it's annoying.
I don't think she's gonna be annoying.
Why is she irrelevant?
I think she's gonna play a role as like the same way Tsunade had. What's the girl that's always with her with the pig? What's the name?
No.
I think Chocho's gonna be that.
I forgot her name. I know who you're talking about.
I think Chocho's gonna be that though. But it's the same way Shikamaru is like that to Naruto, right?
No.
Shikamaru is like that to Naruto.
No.
I mean, I feel like she's more.
Shikamaru is important to Naruto.
I think it's the same kind of this. Oh my God, what's her name? What's her name?
I know it starts with an A.
You're talking about the A.
It's like
Tsunade's age.
Tsunade's age. But when Tsunade became Hokage, she obviously became more than just an 8. She's like on some
because she was obviously
in the same way.
She helped when Sakura passed out and she fainted. Mm-hmm. She was there at the hospital with Sadara and was like, and Sadara went to her and was like, hey, do you know who's in the picture? So she's obviously more. I feel like Chocho is Sadara's best friend. I feel like she is like, because none of the girls' character really had best friends unless they were boys. Like, if you look at Naruto, I'm talking about Naruto. If you look at them, they had no girlfriend. Like, there was nobody close like that. Except if you want to put, like, Sakura and Ino. And then even then, they were, like, beefing half-time, but they were, like, friends sometimes. So, from what I remember, I don't see any, like, girl best friends. So, I feel like Cho-Cho is that girl best friend for Sakura. And I feel like, if anything, at the end of the day, I feel like the way how close they are is gonna take them further. Like, I feel like it's not like a Naruto and Sasuke, like, brother thing, but I think it's to the point where if there was a situation, Sakura would definitely go and help Cho-Cho, and Cho-Cho would do anything for her, like, same way, because she's there with her, finding out Sasuke's her dad. Like, Sakura...
Yeah, that's kind of messed up, bro. You
No,
hating.
but
Sakura,
okay,
bro, you hating.
No, see what you're saying? I can play devil's advocate, right? Shikamaru was not the worst character, and he lazy as hell.
Okay.
You see what I mean? But what I'm saying is, all I can say is Cho-Cho.
How did that even...
Because listen, you're saying you know that Sakura would go to Cho-Cho, right? If something went down, blah 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 blah. But what I'm saying is Shikamaru, right? We know Shikamaru ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like just in general, Shikamaru not doing nothing, but he wasn't the worst character in your opinion.
Yeah, no.
Right?
No.
And his whole thing was laziness. You know what I mean? And he wasn't the worst character. All I can say about Cho-Cho is, out of all the sub characters, she has had the most airtime. And what do you know?
She has had.
What do you know about
you've
her?
been disappointed.
Disappointing. It's so disappointing.
She's given.
I could agree with that.
Disappointing.
I could agree with that.
I think. Okay, I feel like a lot with Cho-Cho. One is she's still a kid. Cho-Cho is a good side character because she doesn't take away from she gives Sakura the advice that she needs to give her. She's trying. Like, I feel like she's not the strongest. Like, I know that she probably could word a lot of things better. Like, she's obviously not like Shikamaru's son, who is like, Boruto, what are you doing? This is not the right thing. Like, she's not putting it like that. But I still feel like she gets across the point of, you need to work this out with your dad, or we need to fix this. She is a little silly about that whole, like, who's my real dad thing. But then it turns out that, like, it made sense that she made a mistake about it, because Choji is, like, big as hell, and the person that she remembered as a child or whatever is not the same guy, but he's a lot smaller, and it feels a lot different, so I can understand her being like, that's not my real dad. But, I mean, obviously, bringing it up to Sakura was kind of silly, because Sakura was actually going through something. But it was dope how she's always supportive of Sakura, no matter what it is. She's like, oh my god, you have cool powers. Oh my god, do you need help? Like, she went to Sasuke, and was like, you need to make up with Sakura. Like, on some, like, I don't care who you are, but, this is my friend, and you haven't been there for her, and you need to fix it. Like, she doesn't put it away in the way that makes kind of sense, because she's still a kid, but she's trying. And I feel like when she gets older, her and Sakura together are going to be amazing.
All of them are kids, and Cho-Cho's the worst one. Honestly.
Okay, that's your opinion.
All of them are kids. Cho-Cho's the worst one.
Who's your least favorite, Javon?
Metal Lee is garbage. Metal Lee is garbage. Metal Lee has so much potential to be like
he is
the
my
GOAT.
third favorite character.
And it's just like all the character development I see with Metal Lee, bro. It's just like he's shy. He could be like, it's whack. I don't like his whole. I think they need to throw away everything they do with Metal Lee and just start from scratch.
You know what's funny?
They have yet to explain to everybody how he's Rock Lee's son.
It's not his time yet. It's not his time.
It's okay.
You think they're gonna explain
But they're not gonna go back. They're not gonna go back.
They're doing all Naruto. They're doing Naruto. Like, everybody get their segment.
So you talking about Boruto Shippuden? That's probably when they'll go back.
No. Everyone,
come on,
everyone gets their segment. Everyone's in their own.
Well,
segment.
as of right now, since we're talking about as of right now, I think for as much airtime as Rock Lee had, because Rock Lee did have a bit of airtime in the beginning of the show. He did. He had
Metal
more
Lee?
like. I mean, excuse me, Metal Lee did have a bit of airtime in the beginning of the show. With
he did get a whole. He get a whole episode when that like weird thing was taking over his body?
Kind of half, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's my least. If it wouldn't be him, it'd be Mitsuki. But he is my least favorite character so far, because I just feel like he's the most underdeveloped character that I've seen so far.
He's grown more. You know his problem, and he's grown more I feel, than what Chocho has been since, and Chocho has more airtime. All you know is Chocho like chips, and she's looking for her dad. Wow, she knows that her dad is actually her dad.
She's able to do the.
True.
She's
Exactly. That's why. Listen, that's why she is the worst one, because everybody got the same thing.
Everybody got the same thing,
and she get the most airtime, and all you know is that she like chips. Metal Lee probably has 2.5 episodes. What we know he's nervous. We know he has a problem around people, with nervousness. And we see him working on it already. They talk to him about it all the time. When you come to Chocho, what you hear?
Chocho is confident in who she is. She doesn't like when people call her fat or chubby, which is the same thing that her dad went through. No, but that you trying to act like that's not like a serious issue. First of all, she's not like Choji. I mean, Choji hated that everyone called him fat. For like anytime anybody called him chubby, he would flip out. And she's not like that, but you could tell that's a huge problem with her. She does not like that. And when they did the whole episode of like Naruto and Boruto bonding or whatever at the ramen shop, she was there with her dad and they were doing that whole thing together. So it's like, I feel like it's not her time to shine yet, but I feel like there's little things about her that you're starting to learn about her and her character development. And she's a good friend. Like that. On top of that, she has supported Sadara through everything. Nobody else. Boruto is I feel like they tried to set it up like Boruto is supposed to be Sadara's best friend due to due to how close their families are. Because if you think about it, all of them are all the children are supposed to be best friends with all the dads.
It was Chocho and Sarada.
From the jump. And the way that they were talking about it, like before Boruto even started, it was like Boruto and Sarada, like they're gonna be the GOAT.
We're talking about the worst character from what we've seen so far.
In your opinion, yes. And she had airtime in that, and they were using their like little stuff. But then like her airtime is minor. When you think of, because she's always there as a supporting character, like she ain't talking to nobody.
Listen, I don't
like
think...
she doesn't. She's like, Sadara will say something, and she'll just be like, yeah, I don't know, I don't like this, and then they just move the camera away from her. So it's not like she has solid airtime where they're like.
But she has more than anyone.
Cause she's Sadara's best friend. The only reason she got airtime is because she's Sadara's best friend. Like that's the only reason.
When you're that supporting character, right, and because Sadara's the main character with Boruto, we all know, and when you're that supporting character, correct? And her problem so far, and it's saying them calling her fat and things like that. But even when they talk about her problem, it's so minuscule. It's so minuscule. Like whenever she's there, and then like, oh, you're fat. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, switch it up. Whatever. Like you know what I mean. And the thing about him with mentally, like you know what I mean, like. Even though he's there for a couple of minutes, it's so clear that we understand that the man is shy, but we know he could take off. Like we all know, we know the potential is there for him. But we just know that he's shy, and that's the hump he has to overcome. And every time they put him in there, since they figured out that he's shy, they always put an incentive on how to help him and his problem. With Chocho, it's just. All right, I call you fat. All right, I don't like it. Okay, what's up with the chips? Okay.
I don't know. I think when she gets her own story time, like her own time to really shine, then I guess there'll be more development to her. My least favorite character in Boruto would probably be Boruto. He's my least favorite character. The main star is my least favorite character. I don't like him. I feel like he's very ungrateful. I mean, mind you, I feel like he's in that stage where he's trying to be a brat and trying to get his dad's attention. Like, it makes sense to me. He's very arrogant. I hate that Boruto is just like, I know this, I know that, I'm the guy. Like, it's like different because even Naruto was like semi-arrogant. Or even if he was arrogant, like, I'm going to be Hokage, I'm going to do... But it was, like, more like, I'm speaking stuff into existence. Yeah. Like, I'm going to be Hokage. Like, I'm having a hard time. But he would take it and put it into a way where I'm working hard. Boruto is just like, I'm the GOAT. I'm the greatest of all time. You are going to like me. You are going to... And it's just like, who are you? Like, just because you're Hokage's kid? Like, and then he hates being Hokage's kid at the same time. Like, he doesn't... it's just like he doesn't like anything. He doesn't respect anyone. He's just a brat. He's just entitled, and I cannot stand that about him. And then it's just like, I think the only person he respects is like what, his mom, like and I think like Kanahamaru. No, not even, because because he's so close with everyone. Because of who Naruto is, Naruto's his dad. So obviously he has that natural born closeness with everyone. He doesn't see that, okay, I need to treat certain people with respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, Naruto, when he was growing up, he didn't treat anyone with respect either. Like, he'd be like, he called Tsunade granny, and like, he called Jiraiya like pervy. But it was just like, because he's never had anyone in his life, that's the only way. It's like, Boruto, you know you have people in your life. You know that these people need to be respected. Obviously, you've heard about... That's like us trying to go up to, like, some war hero and be like, what's up? Yo, like, just being hella rude to them for no reason. Just because we know them on a... You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just like... That's why I hate him. He's my
second least favorite character.
Yeah, he's just... And I'm waiting because... One thing with the creators of Naruto, and just one thing that I've noticed, is they're going to take this character develop thing into a huge one. I feel like Boruto's going to grow up, whether it's him losing his dad, losing his mom, something, because obviously something significant has to happen to where he will grow up and realize...
In the first episode.
Huh?
He looked serious when he previewed it.
Yeah, he looked like he went through some stuff, and you don't know who he's fighting. You don't know... I just feel like once they get through all this kiddie stuff, because obviously it's the introduction, they want you to learn. They want you to build something with these characters. So that's why it's taking so long to build. But I feel like once they knock all that out and something traumatic happens, Konohamaru dies, I don't know, somebody dies, because that's the only thing that ever happens is someone dying. I feel like once that happens, or like the Leaf Village gets destroyed and it's all his fault somehow, or like... on some crazy, like, the Ten Tails comes back and kills his dad. I don't know. But I feel like once that happens, he'll get it. And he'll realize that there's more to life than just being a brat. Like, I have responsibilities. I finally get why my dad's, like, gone all the time. Like, I get it. I'm hoping it doesn't go the, like, I'm gonna be evil first and then switch to my dad's, like, understanding. I hope he doesn't go, like, the Sasuke route, but who knows. I don't know. But the next question that I have is, what is your favorite fight scene in Boruto and Naruto? And Keanu, you go first.
My favorite, okay, Naruto, I'm gonna definitely have to say it was Neji versus Kidomaru.
Really?
That, I remember that fight like it's yesterday. Every day, I'll never not forget it when Kidomaru was just dropping them what was arrows? Yeah, they were dropping those arrows at him, and the man hit the trigrams, and Kidomaru just could not believe that like he could go on this long. And that's when you finally figured out the weakness in the Byakugan, and you know, it's just Neji the GOAT, you know, the GOAT. So definitely my Naruto fight. My Shippuden fight, 100%. Has to be...
You better not say no nonsense, bro.
Shikamaru versus Hidan. That's my favorite fight of all time because one, it's not like everybody else where it's just like crazy action. It's methodical, like, you know what I mean? And that's like when it comes to Naruto, Shikamaru the only one that does that, like on that level. And Shikamaru for me, like in that fight, you know, like it wasn't like all over the wall. But it was constructed really well. And even at the end, because he just lost Asuma, and, you know, and you could tell he was going through a fit, like a stage or whatever, and then, you know, he threw a cigarette, talked him down, blew it up, walked away like it was nothing, and then heads down the back. Because every other fight to me, they're all good. They're all good, but it's the same. It's the same. It's a lot of crazy explosions, everything going on, up, down, left, right, blah, 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 and whatnot. But that one was really... in tune with it, and it was just perfectly done. It's how Shikamaru was supposed to fight.
I think my favorite fight scene from Naruto would be the first one. That's probably my favorite fight, when Naruto versus Sasuke, and they were in the water, and he like Naruto when they first fought, and that was like they were out there in the water, and like he was on the log, and that whole scene, like I still just go back and be watching it sometimes, like this is so good, like just because it was so good. Just watching the animation was crazy. Watching Sasuke and Naruto, because they were still kids, but they were the way they were fighting was so real, and it was just, you could just feel the anger in all of them. Watching Naruto turn into like the mini like tail beast, he didn't even know what kind of power he had on, but he was just literally acting out of pure emotion, and the fact that he was able to turn it on like that, was like, I'm gonna save you, but I don't know anything. It was dope. I think it was dope. That's probably my favorite fight, I think, ever. Like, ever. And then I think for Shippuden, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I didn't really, like, all of them were so good to me, but all of them were really good. Like, there wasn't a boring fight that I had to sit through. Like, it was just like, oh no, this is dope. I think, I want to say probably like Pain versus Naruto, and like that whole chunk leading into the fight, like it was just like him like watching Hinata get beat up, like watching her give her whole like I love you and I will fight for you, but then watching her get slammed and like almost dying for him, and then like that's probably and then watching Pain just not care. Pain didn't care about anybody, so watching them, like, I think that was probably the dopest fight. I think that was probably the dopest fight. What about you, Javon?
For the original Naruto show, my favorite fight would have to be when Sasuke first fought Orochimaru, like in the Forest of Death. That fight was lit. Especially when it came to the point where Sasuke was taking the L and Naruto stepped in and saved him and made Sasuke look like whack for the first time ever. Remember when Naruto pulled up and like saved him from getting eaten by the snake? And he was like, "Why you crying? Why you being a baby? Why you acting such and such?" Yeah. So that whole situation, that was like, that would be my favorite, because that was number one. That was the first time I ever noticed the animation change when fights happen. That was the first time I ever know. Every time a fight goes down Naruto, you just notice the animation change, and that's gonna be off rip. So when Sasuke and Orochimaru fought for the first time, I thought the animation was really dope. And then as far as Shippuden goes, I mean, it's easy. Kakashi versus Obito, like hands down.
Yeah,
I cried. It was lit.
You did cry.
I can't even listen. You can laugh. Y'all could clown me as much as y'all want, but the way they did that fight was incredible. Like, I know people who read the manga, like even though they read the manga, they saw this months ahead.
But it's still fight. Yeah, but that's one thing.
But at the same time, that fight particularly, a lot of people say, yo, they did the most.
Yeah,
and went out their way, especially with the flashbacks.
That was a really amazing.
That with the flashbacks.
Oh, yeah, the flashbacks was cool.
And then towards the end, where
in the game,
like,
it's cool too. When they in the game, when they do the flashbacks, that's also cool, because you get to fight them fighting each other in normal, and then you get to just randomly, like, it'll be gray, and you can fight them in the That's actually really cool.
But the dopest part, even though the animation through the whole fight, the dopest part, and I'm somebody, I love a really good villain. So when they do some villainous shit right, like, it's really, the best part was towards the end of the fight, when it was in a flashback and the fight was over, and Minato was like, "Okay, guys, perform the sign of the sign of sportsmanship, because it was a fight, but it wasn't supposed to be taken seriously." And then you see his older self be like, "Nah, get out the way. It ain't even about that." And then he'll like throw the kid to the side. Cool. It's the kid version of him. It was just, it was just, it was one of those things, it was one of those moments that, this is why I watch anime. This is like why I go out my way, even though you're a hype beast. Nah, but this is why. even though the older I get, the less time I have to spend on certain things. This is why I go out my way, this is what like that was. I was like, yo, it's lit.
Every show he named got a fight scene.
It was lit. So that's just my take.
I was actually
notice how everybody got to speak and nobody laughed at nobody was saying it. But as soon as I opened my mouth, that's what it's all about. It's okay.
He's a hype beast guy. We have to.
I was actually thinking about I wanted to change mine because I started thinking about Jiraiya versus Pain.
That was
it?
also up there.
Oh my god! Because I really thought Jiraiya was gonna make it out there alive. Like I really thought. I really thought. Oh my god! If you haven't watched Naruto already, then there's spoilers. I'll probably put in there that there's spoilers in there. But spoiler: Jiraiya dies, and
everybody knew that.
Ain't no spoiler.
and honestly, like, I really thought he was going to make it out alive. I thought he was going to be seriously injured. I thought maybe he was going to be like, oh, you can't fight no more forever. But to see him die and, like, the whole story of Naruto was actually, like, that one had me, like, in tears. So I think that's my favorite one. Okay, Keanu, you can go first. What's your favorite fight scene in Boruto?
My favorite fight scene in Boruto, I guess the most recent one. Not fight scene. Nothing really significant has happened so far for me to say it's been a good fight scene for me yet. But I guess the most recent.
There's been a couple though. There's been a couple, like when Boruto fought that bully. You have when he fought Hanabi.
That was it.
That
was it.
Okay.
When he fought Hanabi, that shit was lit. That was a very, very dope fight. I like just between. That was really dope.
It was so short.
It was too
short.
A lot of it
was short.
It was too short.
That's why I said this. But the most recent one with Sakura and Sasuke and
that was God tier.
You know what I mean? So far, the animation was great. Animation was great.
Yeah.
But so was the anime when Boruto fought.
Oh, Hanabi.
Hanabi. Yeah. When Boruto fought Hanabi, I think that would have to be my number one. Only because it was like the first time we ever just seen, like, the animation was dope. It was the first time that I saw effort being put into what was going on at the time. I'm sorry, but I didn't see no effort. So like before that point, that was like
the rest of the
peak of the show.
Honestly. Even when he fought that Kagematsu guy.
When he fought the dude in school, that animation of that fight was terrible.
That was whack to me.
That animation of that fight was terrible. So
yeah, definitely.
Actually, I'm sorry. I know my favorite fight. I don't know how I just forgot, but it's when Boruto and Mitsuki were fighting the girl, Sumire.
That's what I was hoping.
That is my favorite.
That's what I was hoping somebody was gonna say.
I don't know how.
Because that one was a very good. That was a very good fight.
That one was great. That was great.
That was a very good fight.
I don't agree 100%, but I hear what y'all saying.
I think that was a good fight.
It's up there. I connected with the Hanabi thing even a lot more because I thought it was just dope how Naruto. I thought it was dope how Naruto was watching, how, like, you know, Hinata. Everybody was watching. I just like it was a thing, like it was built up because, you know, the reason why Naruto brought Boruto over there was to see if he really had the Byakugan, and it was just like it was so built up at that point because we all wanted to know what was going on. That when the fight actually went down with Hanabi, it just, I don't know, it was worth it. And it was really short. It was too short, but it was worth it.
I think my favorite scene right now is the one that we just saw. Although the one that you guys mentioned was really dope, I am happy that Sakura got to show that she's not a complete,
She's trash.
Okay, so before everybody, because I know all my listeners who like Boruto, who like Naruto, are going to come at me with all the manga and all the video proof showing me that Sakura is the only reason why Naruto is alive today and like all this stuff. No, because if you don't remember, there's a part in the...
Yeah, she did save his life.
She did save his life. She saved Hinata's life. So, I get it.
It doesn't mean she's not trash.
I get it, Sakura fans. However, one thing that we have me and Keanu have decided, and I think Javon's decided too, Sakura's character development is probably the worst character development in an anime female, period. Now, mind you, I have not watched Dragon Ball Z, so I don't know, because I've heard that... there's like no death to the women in Dragon Ball Z, but don't quote me on that one. But from what I've seen, Sakura has done nothing as far as character development. Like, she, throughout the whole show, it's like she's always been that 13-year-old girl who ends up, like the same 13-year-old girl who was crying because Sasuke left her. Like, it's like she never grew up. And it's like, they could have done so much with her character. It could have been
I think what y'all problem is, y'all have to, when it comes to her, you have to separate Naruto from Boruto. When it comes to her.
It's badly written in Boruto too.
I don't think so. I think it's better.
I think she's better written in Boruto just because she's a good mom. She's a good mom. That's something that you can't take from her.
In Shippuden, all the way up until the Ninja War, that's who she was. It's all about why does the Sasuke. Like, it was just like, bro, like, why Sasuke don't love me? like, it's just like, what are you talking about? And you get to see everybody's character development through, them experiencing war. You know what I mean? Like, Kiba and all the main characters that we see on a regular, you see them change because a war is happening. Sakura is still focused on why does it. And it's a war going on. Nobody cares.
Before all the Naruto, before the Sakura fans come, because I already got into arguments with people on Twitter. Like, I'm talking about factual people trying to be like, well, she supported him through this, and she did. Yes, she's done that. But the one thing you have to know is, like, no matter what it is, Sasuke is like, he could do no wrong in her eyes. Even when he tried to kill her, 3 times. That's not enough. And before everyone's like, well, Naruto is different. But
that's what I'm trying to say. You gotta separate Naruto. I think you
I will get to that. But Naruto's bond with Sasuke is different than Sakura's bond with Sasuke. Because Naruto and Sasuke have always had that brother bond from day one. Sasuke even likes Sasuke. Like, she's always loved him. But it was never, reciprocated. Like, he wasn't even focused on girls. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's never been,
He low-key just said in the last episode of Boruto we just watched, he low-key just said, the only reason why I'm with you is because of Sarada. Like, that's low-key what
he said.
KEANU, that's not low-key what he said. That's low-key what he said.
It's still embarrassing
to me. Because Sarada was like, what you say? Do you still have feelings or something like that? That's what Sarada said. Well, he was like, the only reason why we connect is because of you.
No, because she said, Sarada asked him, how do you know that you still, your feelings are strong? And he was like, it's because you're here. So she's saying, our love is in our child. Yes, I get it. That's one thing that really, I think she's a great mom, and I think the character development, she stopped being a child and had to be a mom. She got out of that, she got Sasuke. You got his kid. And even though he leaves her to be a single mother, because he has to feel bad. I hate Sasuke because all he does is throw pity parties for himself.
From somebody who went to having everything and lost it all at a very young age.
He said that during the fight, when they were fighting. He was like, you don't understand how I feel because you've always had nothing. He said it to him when they were fighting each other.
Yeah, but it's so that means you have to throw yourself a pity party every 5 minutes. Look at all, now you have everything. You have a wife, you have a kid. You have to get over it.
He has everything again.
He has everything again. You have the village who you literally has caused so much pain in this village. You were a villain at one point. You were at one point, everybody was
Sarada doesn't know that yet.
Sarada doesn't even know that. But it's you literally at one point were if you see Sasuke, shoot to kill type. He was the anti, he cannot be here. And he has people.
I'm sorry.
He has people that he helped raise him and looked at him in a way that they died knowing that Sasuke was evil. You know what I'm saying? There's just no taking that back. And it's you killed, you went through so much, and the fact that you're still harboring and crying over the fact that, oh, now I have to go repent and leave my wife and leave my daughter to grow up without me, because why can't you just move forward? That's another character development that I'm just they're just never going anywhere. That's probably why they're perfect for each other, because they both didn't go anywhere.
And that's another reason.
There's no growth.
But that's the thing. That's another reason why I
them.
believe it's going to surpass him, because Sasuke is only concerned for... It's pretty only concerned with righting all his wrongs. And it's just like, bro, everybody know you feel bad. Everybody has already, like, you what he's doing is so unnecessary. And he, like, at this point, he, like I said, he's the strongest shinobi in the whole world right now. I feel like it's soft. What he's doing makes him soft. And I feel like what he's doing doesn't really help him as far as solidifying his place as the strongest shinobi in the world.
Yeah, like,
like that can only go so far with what he's doing.
Exactly, and it's like, you can see just Naruto's character development and his, and it's just like, whoa, you had a lot of growth, Naruto, and Sasuke's still feeling bad for himself. So when he had his whole conversation about him leaving, he said, you don't have to go anywhere. Nobody's kicking you out. Everyone's past the war. Like, everyone's past everything. I'm Hokage. You can be my right-hand guy and support me. We can just be chilling. Like, you could go home to your wife, you know, and your kid. Why Sakura just disappoints me is because when she was talking to Ino about, like, her relationship with Sasuke, it was like, oh, he took us on, like, a date.
That was sad.
And it was like, oh, it wasn't really a date. It only lasted. It's just so sad. Like, she's literally taking the bare minimum from this guy.
That was literally one of the worst episodes in Boruto. To me, Ino, she made it seem like they're about to have a girls' day out. They're about to go have some fun that day and whatever and whatnot. And then you get to the end, what Ino does? Oh, here, sit where you and Sasuke talked at. All right, I'm gone.
True.
It just didn't make any sense. And then, like, the whole time, Sakura's just sitting there like, I miss him. I want him around. If her character development was as great as they could have made it, he could have still left. But she could have been on, like, her Tsunade, like, I'm glad he's here, like, I love him or whatever, but I don't need him around. Like, she could have been her own.
I hope they continue to keep the focus on the kids, bro. Like, this is Boruto, it's not Naruto. To be honest with you, I really don't care what Sasuke is doing right now. I really don't care how Sakura's feeling that. Like, all this, like, I just, like, who cares? I'm sorry, but watching Naruto, the best part of Naruto was not the third Hokage and what Kakashi had going on. The best part of Naruto was watching the kids grow up and go through what they was going through.
Okay, well, there was no... So, you didn't know about any of those.
As far as I'm concerned, I just don't really care. Like, now that they've gotten this whole arc out the way where we've seen what Sakura can do and all that good stuff is concerned, I just hope that the
But I feel like
I want the exams to start soon.
I feel like what this Boruto segment is about, or at least... I don't want to say Boruto, like, segment, like, as in the show, but I feel like the beginning stages are showing you, because everybody wants to know about the parent. Like, if you had the show and the parents were barely there, everyone would be tripping. But I feel,
cool.
But see, that's why.
From this point moving forward, like, now that we've got this out the way, where we had this whole arc where Sasuke has been continued to be a mystery.
Didn't even kiss his wife goodbye.
Throughout the show, he didn't even kiss his wife goodbye. All right, y'all not gonna do none of that. Let's put that to the side then, and let's get back to focusing on the kid. Because I want to see when the exams get started. Because that was low key one of the high points of the original Naruto show was the Chunin exams and stuff like that. So let's get started. Like, now all this is out the way, we're like 20 episodes deep.
Yeah, I think they really just wanted to show, like, the parents, them, like, they wanted to show, like, it was more for the fans of Naruto. And not for people who just wanted to start with Boruto. Like, if you've never seen Naruto before and you're just like, I'm going to just kick off with Boruto, I feel like you could do that. But I feel like they wanted to put a lot of fan service as far as, like, you see the characters, because we grew up with them. And the way that Naruto ended, it just ended at the wedding. It wasn't ever really them as adults, kind of. So I feel like they want to show you, like, Naruto as a dad, Hinata as a mom. Like, show little character developments here and there. And then they'll jump into the kids. Because, I mean, think about it. You have an entire show about the kids. Like, some crazy mess is about to happen.
We know they're going to stretch it out.
They're going to stretch it out completely. Like, to get to where we were in, like, the first episode of Boruto and who he's fighting and finding out who, like, we're not going to see the kids grown I feel like years. Like the kids, it's not gonna be like no Boruto Shippuden for years. Like you're not gonna see any of the kids like in the future. Like it's not gonna be anytime soon. So I mean I don't know.
But the one thing I will say about the show is I'm excited.
So yeah, what do you think, to wrap it up, what do you think, how do you like it now, and what do you hope for in the future for it?
As far as right now, like I said earlier, I like the development that's been done so far with all the characters. I think they showcase everybody perfectly fine. Let's just not stick to it. Let's move on forward. So in the future, I really hope that the stuff that everybody's looking forward to seeing, like the exams, like I from what I've heard, they're gonna incorporate the Boruto movie in the show. Let's get through that. Like I hope that I'm not disappointed with all the hype and the momentum that I've gained for the show with the last couple episodes that I've seen. Like I just hope that I'm not disappointed moving forward, and I don't think I will be, just based off of what I've seen so far, because I've seen how good the show can be through the last couple episodes, and I think that it could actually be even better just through different stories and different situations that are going on in the show. So
I'm excited for the hype, for the fight scenes. I feel like I like the show so far. You know, besides its like little quirks that bother me, but I feel like there's a lot of side stories gonna be like right now. Like there's gonna be lots of filler and side stories. I feel like the Sadara story arc was a huge part of the story, so I'm glad. I feel like now they just went through a huge chunk of like Sadara's whole story arc, so I feel like now they're gonna kind of put in some fillers and stuff. I really hope, you know, the fight scenes are as dope as what we saw for a little bit. We saw snippets. We've been only seeing snippets of fight scenes. So I'm hoping that they'll take the time and really give us something worth being excited for, like how Kakashi and Obito fought, and like the first Naruto versus Sasuke fight. That was huge, and the animation still blows my mind. So I'm hoping that it's going to be, I hope it's tailored to both Naruto fans and people who are just now getting into Boruto like that. Mm-hmm. So, what do you think, Keanu?
I like it. I don't know. I like it. I think I have no problem with fillers. So I'm down with it. Honestly, it doesn't have to go too far. I like the whole story. I like almost all the fillers I liked on Naruto Shippuden and Naruto. So I don't have no problem with it. Whenever it comes to the fight scenes or whenever the final thing comes around, I'll be ready. I have no problem.
So thank you guys so much for joining me today. This was a lot of fun. Do you guys have any last things to say before we get out of here?
Not really. I mean, like we talked about, I'm just hyped. I'm really hyped. I'm excited about the show. So I'm looking forward to a lot of the things that are coming, and I'm looking forward to anything, so it's lit.
Keanu?
Yeah, it's cool. I can't wait for it. I'm hyped, so I like it. So, but on one of your episodes, I gotta let you know, you talked about my anime, the Revenge one. I was like Masamune,
Revenge or whatever. I did talk about Masamune.
That is not trash. I'm gonna let you know right now. That is not trash.
Masamune is trash.
But I'll be up for another one.
And it's like, I don't know what they're talking about. I'm pretty sure it is trash since I don't know what they're talking about. Cause
hype beast.
If there's an anime that I don't know, more than likely it's garbage. And I just choose not to pay attention to it.
Because everybody else told them.
When they plan on talking about garbage, I will definitely not be involved. You guys are definitely welcome to tune in and listen to them talk about whack anime. That's the way it's everybody's
I will
But me, Boruto's lit. Waiting on Attack on Titan Season 3.
Notice the anime he's talking about. Go ahead.
One Punch Man Season 2, waiting on it. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that real people out here. Mob Psycho 100 Season 2. Let's go. Just the real genuine anime that matters that's out there. The ones they talking about is nonsense. So y'all finish up.
So as you guys all heard, all the hype beast anime, all the hype beast anime. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Getting Animated. You can follow me at Destiny Senpai on Twitter and Instagram. I also have a website called destinysenpai.org, so you can find out more about me, more about the podcast, and all my social medias will also be on there. And that's where you can also find all the websites. So I hope everyone who is in the midst of Hurricane Irma is safe, and I hope everybody else in other places are safe. And I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening.